So what's the deal on the Cobra Python officer? Did Hasbro make a mistake and not release the Cobra Python Trooper infantry? This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filling you in since 2002. Let's find out. Most people thought that when the Python Patrol Cobra officers were introduced a few months ago during Yojo June, that it was a typo and that eventually the label Python Patrol Cobra Trooper or Infantry would be put back. This didn't happen. They were released or announced just now, and it seems that they're also called Python Patrol Cobra officers. The problem being that there was already a Python Patrol officer. Notice the distinction. One of them is the Python Patrol Cobra officer, that's the black one, and the green and gray one is the Python Patrol officer. What added to the complexity of this case is that the original Python Patrol Cobra officers and Python Patrol Cobra troopers from 1989, the toys, which the current Python Patrol classified action figures are modeled after, were also confused. Back then, the 1989 Cobra officer was based on the sculpt of the 1983 Cobra Trooper and vice versa. So they were both mixed, creating a lot of confusion back then. The hope was that this would be fixed in the classified release and that there would only be one Cobra Python Patrol officer and a Python Patrol Trooper. Again, this didn't happen. To add to the complexity, the actual sculpt of the toys uses parts from both the classified Cobra Island or Infantry Troopers and the 2022 classified Cobra officers. They mix and match. It's a mess, but it's not really a mess. It seems that the Hasbro team is playing tricks on collectors and doing this on purpose. Since the original action figures were switched up, this is what they're doing right now. They're just playing to that. And they're giving current collectors in the form of the Python Patrol Cobra officers the option of two heads, not just one. So one of those heads includes the original head sculpt for the Cobra Infantry or Cobra Island Trooper, as well as the goggles that comes with the character. And they're also giving the character another head, which is based on the Cobra officers from 2022. Now, parts of the characters are mixed and matched. The chest is from the infantry, the gloves and the boots are from the officer, and so on. It's really a mess. Same thing for the first Python Patrol Cobra officer, the green and black one. This one has also parts from the Cobra Infantry, the armed guards from the Cobra Infantry, but the boots of the Cobra officer, as well as the same head. It's really quite a mix, and it's very difficult to figure out what's going on. Let's just chalk it up to Hasbro having fun and doing this on purpose to commemorate the original screw-up from the 1989 G.I. Joe action figure designers who mixed it up and ever since created confusion amongst collectors. I'd like to note that fellow Canadian action figure G.I. Joe classified collector Dean Moody suggested that the situation could be called or referred or compared to Frenzy is Red, Rumble is Blue, or Rumble is Blue, Frenzy is Red. It's the same issue right now. No one will ever know which one is supposed to be which, but guess what? Hasbro's letting you decide, and you can army build whichever version that you want if you're into army building, obviously, or buy whichever. In my case, the green and gray are the officers, and the other one with the extra head will be the trooper or infantry. Mind you, I also need to add that the His Tank Special Squad that will be released in a few weeks also has the same mixed up and use of different parts for both the officer and the trooper. This is Hasbro for you. Don't expect it to make sense. It's just a mess. This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin. Like and subscribe. Filling you in since 2002.